Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to another exciting meeting at Toastmasters for Hyderabad Entrepreneurs 2.0. We have quite a number of guests today. Let me invite Joan Sambom, Dushyant, and Paritosh Naik. I hope you will have a great understanding of the meeting and also to see the value that Toastmaster adds to our lives. With that note, let me invite this person who has served Indian Army before and right now serving the community as a startup coach. We all have some or other myths about startups, and today Kalnal is here to bust those myths. Over to you, Toastmaster Kalnal Kumar.
Thank you, DTM Raghu, and welcome to this wonderful Toastmasters for Hyderabad Entrepreneurs 2.0. When we talk about entrepreneurs, what we think they are, the kind of metal they exhibit. To me, entrepreneurs are the ones who have the courage to take a plunge from the mountain, and while coming down, they build a parachute. That is the kind of mentality entrepreneurs have. Of late, what I have seen and observed during interaction with them is that there are a lot of myths that these entrepreneurs or the so-called startup ecosystem people are having. So during the journey out here, we shall be addressing a couple of them, and over the weeks, we will see that how you can have the right mentality to be an entrepreneur, to have a robust startup. Without much ado, let me ask the team today, which is going to help us go through and navigate each and everyone who is present here. So first and foremost, I would ask DTM Raghu to tell that how the timer is going to work. DTM Raghu.
I'm sorry, I have an issue with Zoom today. Thank you, Kalnal Tarun Kumar. We love to stay on time. Time is so important in life to discipline and to stay in the discipline and also to learn the importance of time, especially when we are giving pitches or when we are doing our speeches or any conversation. We try to go by the time cards. I'm going to show you green card when that is the minimum time for your speech. For example, for prepared speeches, it is 5 to 7 minutes today, 5 minutes green, and 6 minutes will be amber or yellow card, and 7 minutes will be green, red card. We have a pitch today, elevator pitch by Apur Patwell, who is going to give an elevator pitch today. And then his speech is 3 to 5 minutes. 3 minutes is green, 4 minutes amber, and 5 minutes red card. Table topics where we learn impromptu speaking. It will be 1 to 2 minutes. 1 minute will be green, 1.5 is amber or yellow, and 2 is red. Everyone gets a 30 seconds grace period, but try to stay within the red card so that we can end the meeting in time, and also you will get time to finish off. With that note, I thank you and give control back to Kalnal Tarun.
Wonderful. Thank you, DTM Raghu. And now, I'll not be asking other people to explain their roles, but just to save time, Toastmaster Nisarg is a grammarian who will be ensuring that on the grammatical side, we are all correct. As far as other people are concerned, then we have with whom we had swapped, Vamshi, the AHA counter, and also Toastmaster Manoj would be doing the honors of the table topic master today. We are going to talk to or Toastmaster Gopal is going to be the first speaker of the day. He is going to speak on something that is so important, and that is something which is we all want to understand. The title of Gopal's speech is today is SIPO Utsav or SIPO Utsav. So Toastmaster Gopal, SIPO Utsav, SIPO Utsav, Toastmaster Gopal.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Karan. I'm very delighted to see that you have pronounced this very correctly. Super Utsav. Thank you. I'm sure all of you must be saving money for your future needs. How many of you? Any savings or the rest? Are you spending everything or saving something? Income minus, what is savings? Income minus expenses is your saving. Now, if I ask, how many of you invest your money? Good, good. So what about rest? By the way, what's wrong with savings? Actually, inflation eats up our savings over time. It means our purchasing power gets diminished over a period of time. Right? Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Welcome to today's session of Toastmaster for Hyderabad Entrepreneurship. One need to progress from savers to investors to beat inflation. Right? What savers do actually? Savers pile up the money. What investors do? Put money to work. Put money to work. Savers focus on the results. I'm going to get 7%, 8%, 6.5%. What investors do? They focus on the process, where I'm investing and what is my goal. Savers fail to see the maths. Investors understand the importance of compounding, which has been said as the fourth wonders of the world by Einstein himself. Savers seek bargain. They go and hunt everywhere where they can get 50 bips more in their FD. Investors know the difference between price and value. Now, what are the various options for investment? Real estate, insurance. I have seen one of our guests is from insurance industry, bank deposit, gold, stocks, bonds. What else? Mutual fund. Being a person from financial industry, my suggestion, make our investment work for us. We are working very hard for our life. Our investments should also work very hard for us. Why? To fight inflation for us. To provide income when needed. To be accessible and usable in parts of portion. Generally, what happens that we sometimes invest in a product which does not give us a partial redemption, and the whole process gets struck. So it's liquidity is an important part of investment also. To grow in value and appreciate over time, over and above the inflation. To be realizable at fair value and cost. Now, what a mutual fund has become one of the preferred way of investment. A mutual fund is the trust that pulls savings of a number of investors who share a common financial goals. In mutual fund, an investor can invest as little as 500 rupees also. Mutual fund has got many asset class, equity for long-term goals, debt to take care of short-term goals like the goals which you have to fulfill in next 1 year, 2 year, or 3 years, liquid fund, emergency fund. As an entrepreneur, everybody understands the importance of emergency fund. Emergency funds are actually a lifeline for keep floating any business. And on the individual basis also, it's very important. If you get struck by some emergency, you need fund to tide you over from that emergency. Mutual fund has got two ways to invest, one time and through SIPs. One time, I have money, I have invested it. SIPs, what SIP is a systematic investment plan. SIP is a method of investing a fixed sum at a regular interval in some of the scheme of mutual fund. It's similar to monthly saving schemes like a recurring deposit. Today, SIP has become a very popular form of investment, and monthly inflow has touched 13,300 crore per month. We as a manufacturer keep pushing the SIPs for betterment of investor. In month of May 2022, we launched a campaign called SIPO Utsav for our distributor partner called MFD, Mutual Fund Distributors. The campaign was launched for 3 months. There were 3 categories of achievers: SIP Star, SIP Superstar, SIP Mega Star. Under SIP Mega Star, criteria was to create a book size of 5 lakhs per month in 3 months, and we promised to arrange one interaction with our fund manager and a night stay at some picnic spot somewhere in West Bengal. Finally, we got 76 qualifiers. Now it was a time to arrange for their interaction program. I was interested with the task to arrange for the event for the entire East. The whole planning started. I formed a small team of 5 people to oversee different aspects of the event, keeping in mind different festivals and the least hampering of working day. We decided to conduct the event on 16th and 17th September 2022. It was Friday's second half and followed by a Saturday. Next, we called for 3 quotations from registered vendors. Rangoli event was shortlisted, and we shortlisted Kolaghat as a place, as a venue, keeping in mind our overall budget and its proximity to Kolkata. I distributed following work among my team members. Rohan was given the responsibility of drawing agenda for the event. Rahul was given the responsibility of overseeing the trophy preparation. Sandeep was given the responsibility to oversee the transport arrangement. Paras was given the responsibility to interact with each and individual invitee, whether they are coming or they are sending their representative, when they are supposed to reach the venue, and when they are supposed to leave the venue. Vijay Saha was given the responsibility of room arrangement and meals, so that everything should happen smoothly. I was coordinating with my corporate office and also taking care of overall arrangements by taking feedback from my team members. Finally, the D-Day came. That is 16th of September. And event passed on with very little hiccups. We were able to deliver a memorable event for our partners. I'm sharing some pictures. This is the picture from that event. SIPO Utsav, everybody is dancing, everybody is actually enjoying it. And I am also sharing the invite. Is it coming on the screen? Is it coming on the screen?
No,
No.
you're not sharing.
Yeah, now?
Not
You need
yet.
to share again. You need to share again.
Okay. Okay. I think it is not getting uploaded. It is actually the invite which we prepared. It's the event flow. I think it is not getting uploaded. Anyway, so actually, we were able to deliver a very memorable event for our partners who qualified for the SIPO Utsav, and it is still being talked about in pan-India basis. We were the first to took the initiative of conducting this event. There are many regions who are still struggling to conduct this event. So this is how we deliver one of the events which was of my project. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster partner, Tarun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gopal, for a wonderful introduction to all those who are present here, making them understand that how investors are different from people who just save. And they're saving for a rainy day, and probably the inflation is not going to help them. Eventually, they'll end up being a loser. it was an interesting conversation that you had with all of us, and it has tickled many a brains to have a relook as to whatever they are doing with their money, is it right or not? And it also gives everyone out here an opportunity to reach out to Toastmaster Gopal if they would like to dwell more on this topic. Correct? Having said that, as entrepreneurs, we keep on making mistakes and correcting ourselves en route. So, what I forgot as the Toastmaster of the day, so I'm inviting Toastmaster Nisarg, our grammarian, to introduce the word of the day so that we all can use it.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day. The word of the day is navigate. Now, in line with the theme of today, we will use navigate as word of the day. Navigate means to find something or to use a map. And I hope many of us can use. And when this particular word is used by any speaker, show your thumb. So that is to encourage the person to use the word, and he has remembered to use that word of the day. Over to you, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Colonel Tarun.
Can I add one thing? Yeah.
Please.
We need to navigate from a saver to an investor.
Yes.
Absolutely. So Gopal was the first one to catch on to the opportunity. And that is what entrepreneurs are. They don't wait for doors to open. They create opportunities and they create these doors. And in the same vein, I would like to say that I would like to invite Toastmaster and to so that he can bring about the aspects of the speech that she's going to evaluate for the second speaker, Toastmaster Saishu.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Tarun. My target speaker, Toastmaster Amit, has taken part engaging humor, and he is presenting today his elective from level 4, public relations strategies. And the purpose of the project is for the member to practice the skill needed for effectively use public relations strategies for any group or the situation. The purpose of a speech is for the member to share some aspect of his public relations strategies. And yes, we all as entrepreneurs, we are waiting for your wonderful journey. Over to you, Toastmaster Tarun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Saishri. And our next speaker for the day is Toastmaster Amit Dudani. Toastmaster Amit Dudani had a beautiful talk on something which he calls HbA1c. So Toastmaster Amit Dudani, HbA1c, HbA1c, Toastmaster Amit Dudani.
We all learnt about financial health from our previous speaker. And it's now time to navigate to physical health, physical and mental health. What's wealth without health? If we do not have the health, how do we enjoy the benefits of the wealth that we accumulate? HbA1c. I'm sure some of you know about it, and maybe some of you don't. You all may know that India has a dubious distinction of being called as the diabetes capital of the world. And HbA1c is a marker to calculate or figure out whether a person has diabetes or not. Diabetes is a lifestyle disease, and it is a non-communicable disease. You all may know that there are two kinds of diseases that humans can get affected by. Communicable diseases, which are viruses, infections, etc., and lifestyle or non-communicable diseases. These are the diseases which affect or hamper the quality of our life. Now, how many of you think that diabetes is non-curable? Does anybody think that diabetes is non-curable? Show of hands, please. Fantastic. So I think my job has been made easy because almost everyone thinks that diabetes is curable. But there is a myth. Most of the people think that once you are on any medication for a lifestyle disease, whether it is high blood pressure, hypertension, or diabetes, or anything else, we have to perpetually remain on medication. But that's not true. Let me introduce this organization called as Sharan. SHARAN. The full form of this organization, of this name, is Century for Health and Reconnection to Animals and Nature. This organization was founded by a person who is a award winner, Nari Shakti Award winner from the President of India for her work in helping people reversing these lifestyle diseases. And her name is Dr. Nandita Shah. She herself has a lifestyle disease or used to suffer from a lifestyle disease which was life-threatening. It's called as Guillain-Barré, where our own immune system, which is supposed to protect us from various diseases, illnesses, and even COVID, this our own immune system attacks our own body or our own nerves. And she was paralyzed for months. During these months that she spent on the bed, she introspected about what is actually causing this disease and other lifestyle diseases. And that made her realize that it's our eating habit and what all stuff that we eat is affecting our health. It's affecting our quality of life. So the mission was first and foremost to break the myth that these lifestyle diseases, especially diabetes, is non-curable. And second, the reasons for which we get diabetes. So a lot of people think that the cause for diabetes is sugar. But you may be surprised that sugar is not the cause of diabetes. Sugar is the result of diabetes. Because our blood is not able to absorb that sugar and put it inside the cells, and these cells are meant to absorb that glucose and give us energy, that sugar remains inside the blood and we don't get energy, and this sugar damages different parts of our body, whether it is the brain or the eyes or the heart or the lungs or the kidney and any other organ of our body. So that was the objective. Now, how do we achieve this objective? So there are various things that we adopted in our PR strategy, public relations strategy. First and foremost, we had to bust this myth. So we wanted to reach out to people who actually suffer from these lifestyle diseases. And the best way to do it was social media. We created various social media posts on different platforms, whether it is Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. And we reached out to people. So once we got in touch with people, we had a set of options, different options for training and educating people. So what were these options? Number one were free talks. So we give a lot of free talks. We hire venues. This was before COVID. We always used to hire venues and give talks to people on the concept of what lifestyle disease is or what diabetes is, and then to give them solutions. Second, we do retreats. So we would get people on board to our retreats and do their blood test before the retreat, put them on a certain diet, and after the retreat, 80, 90, and at times 100% of people would go off medication. Let me share this beautiful short video. I don't have sharing rights. If I can get the sharing rights, please. I like to share this beautiful short video that one person posted after doing this retreat. We also go to various catering colleges, schools, police stations, government offices, corporates to give our talks and presentations and to educate people of what this diabetes is all about. So here is a video that I'd like to share with you all. This is a gentleman who had attended our session, a 21-day retreat, and this is what he did to his medication after attending the program.
My 1 week of medicines.
So we have hundreds and thousands of people who have actually reversed their illnesses and diseases, especially diabetes. And you all would really know that diabetes is the root cause of so many other diseases. It can affect the brain, it can affect the eyes, it can affect kidneys. So this is one social objective that our organization has taken, and I am happy to announce that over the years, we now have over 100,000 followers, and most of them are customers who have reversed these lifestyle diseases. Thank you very much for all your attention, and you can go to our website www.sharan.org for further details. Thank you, and over to you.
What a wonderful talk about how we can look after ourselves and the kind of killer disease this diabetes is going to be, not only now, but in future. Thank you, Toastmaster Amit, for enlightening us and navigating each one of us that how we should go about taking care of our health. This is something so important. And many a times in the humdrum of daily activity, our own personal health takes a backseat. We are more busy creating a future, least realizing that are we going to arrive in that future hale and hearty or not? When we talk about startup myths, what I have seen is that most of us have certain notions. And I started compiling a couple of those myths. The first myth that people had about startups or about the startup ecosystem was that certain people with certain mentality, or they were God gifted, and they were the ones who were meant to be in the startup ecosystem. How wrong they were, we don't know. Every day, we are facing a lot of challenges. And these are the challenges which at times make us think, is there a different solution available to this? And probably there are more number of people who are encountering the same challenge. The second myth that I came across was, which today there is a lot of focus upon, how good is your idea? Many people believe that all it takes is that one utopian dream or something that you have, which we call as a fantastic idea, and then you create a company, probably a unicorn in coming years. While the notion is not entirely false, but I would say it is misleading. It is not about the idea itself. There are a whole lot of things that make your startup journey fascinating. I'm now going to invite the table topic master, Manoj, while the evaluator 1 and evaluator 2 are putting down their finer prints and sharing it with us. I would like Manoj to tickle our brains, navigate us to those areas where we seldom go, make us bring out the best that a Toastmaster has. The table topic master for today, Manoj, the floor is yours.
Thank you, fellow Toastmaster Tarun. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whichever place on the planet you are. So today we have the topics. I tried to keep it mostly with the entrepreneurship. So I want, if any volunteer want to take up the table topics first, and before actually choosing the person to talk, the table topics is a space which Toastmasters gives us to be prepared for us the real life situations, the impromptu situations. I'll just give a brief of mine. Recently, I went to my daughter's annual day function, and the function is completely over. And at the end, they called upon parents. Anyone, could you come and talk what you have seen or your experience? This table topics has prepared me in such a way that I was the first to stand and go onto the stage and speak impromptu. I got the courage to go and speak. It's my personal experience. So, and this kind of experiences, this kind of situations will arise in entrepreneurship more often. So I encourage you to take table topics voluntarily. So I have 6 topics today. So who would be the first speaker? So if anyone is volunteering, fine, else I will pick myself. So speaker Gopal Krishan, he raised the hand. So time is 1 to 2 minutes. So speaker Gopal Krishan, is COVID a boon or a curse for entrepreneurs? Is COVID a boon or a curse for entrepreneurs? Speaker Gopal Krishan.
Thank you, table topic master. COVID, the lessons which I have drawn from this COVID, especially after the second wave. Second wave actually hit each and every household in India very drastically. Each and every household got impacted during the second wave of the COVID. Second wave of COVID also tested the humanity. People were afraid of helping their neighborhood, their family members, their own dear and near ones, because they were under fear that they will also contract this disease and they will find themselves in a trouble. So it's actually tested the humanity. How far we can go as far as my neighbor is in need of help or my own family member is in need of help. And that also tested the relationship which we were quite proud of, that I have the relationship of last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, some relationship which we may have forgotten it. Similarly, in the business also, as an entrepreneur, if we need to grow our business, we need to reconnect, we need to connect the dots, the relationship which we have. Sometimes we wonder whom I should talk to, whom I should show my ideas. So there are many places, there are many things which can do as entrepreneurs. We can connect those dots and get in touch with our near and dears and remain in touch with each one, which can also help, which can teach us the value of relationship at the same time, which can also help as an entrepreneur to grow our business. Over to you, table topic master.
Thank you, Mr. Gopal Krishan. Yeah, COVID has actually put a question to us on how our relations are and to what extent we can take our relations with our neighbors or with our customers. Yeah, good take on that. Thank you. So I would invite guest Mary Thomas to take the next topic. Okay, I already see the hand raised. Sorry, I missed that. I'll give you the next, Mohammed Rahman and Sai Shri. So guest Mary Thomas.
Mary, I think it's not in. So Apur has raised hand from guest list. You can give him hand.
I think Mary is here. She came on to the screen.
Yeah, sorry, I was on another call. Could you repeat the question? I heard my name. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So Mary, your question is, what is important for an entrepreneur, process or outcome? What is important for an entrepreneur, process or outcome? Guest Mary Thomas.
Thank you, table topic master. As an entrepreneur myself, I was an entrepreneur and now I became one again. I would say both are important, but if you ask which is more important, I would think it's the process, because there is no process, there would be no outcome. And the process has to be done correctly. And of course, things can go wrong naturally, but no matter how, we have to have a step-by-step plan, a plan of action, a plan of how we're going to get the outcome. So without that plan, I don't think anything is going to work, because where is the what is your outcome when you don't have a plan? Therefore, I'll just have to go back to my own experience where I had to plan out for at least a year minimum for my previous businesses. And even for my current tech business, I had to plan the whole thing out for about a year. And I just managed to launch it last month. Therefore, yes, coming to my current tech business, I'm doing reverse engineering. Reverse as in, I'm putting out my goal, my outcome, and working backwards on what the processes I need in order to achieve my outcome. So when we keep talking about process and outcomes, we need to understand the type of business. I'm totally out of retail. Now, retail would have been a bit different. So I was always in services. For example, I had an Ayurvedic clinic in my country. I'm from Malaysia. And I had a financial services. I'm actually an accountant. And therefore, every business has a different dynamic. I would say the dynamics are different for every business. But of course, the outcome should be an important part of the process. It has to work together. I mean, it can't come separately. Back to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you for your insights, guest Mary Thomas, and your insight of reverse engineering, put the outcome and draw out the process for what will be the best to achieve that outcome is awesome. And thanks for that, really. So next I would take upon guest Paritosh. He raised the hand. And so Paritosh, are you ready?
Yes.
So Paritosh, according to you, what is the best sector for future entrepreneurs and why? According to you, what is the best sector for future entrepreneurs and why? Guest Paritosh.
Yeah. Thank you, Tabletop Master Manoj Kumar, for giving me the opportunity. It's a nice topic indeed. While we are looking for best areas for entrepreneur, in my knowledge, there is no best areas. The area entrepreneur should select based on his capability or his domain, what he is good at. So now, although this is true, now in a macro situation, if I want to say that which area is growing and which area will be the attractive area in this world, in my opinion, biotechnology is the emerging area where a lot of research and growth will come going forward. So why I'm telling biotechnology, it's not only for healthcare, it has several other applications to make human life easy. For example, there is increased emphasis on climate change or green chemistry. So climate change, biotechnology can reduce the pollution, reduce the toxicity or pollution level of our synthesis. Similarly, for medical purpose, we observe that all medicines has side effect and toxicities. And biotechnology, if we can synthesize or produce some natural ingredient, they will have limited toxicities. So in my opinion, biotechnology will be the next big boom, just like computer or IT. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guest Paritosh, on the take. So yeah, biotechnology definitely has a lot of scope in future with the things of global warming and all these things. indirectly related to the biotechnology, where they can bring up the agricultural aspects, bring up new technologies in this, what UNICEF is currently working on. Yeah, good thing. Thank you. Thank you for enlightening us on that. And Guest Jones, thanks for coming up. So your topic, Guest Jones, you there? Jones Sabombe. Sambombe.
Good day, topic master. Yes, I'm here.
So your topic will be, for an entrepreneur to enter into the market, to navigate into the market, what is the best thing required? Is it an innovative product or a timing of a product? I repeat, for an entrepreneur to navigate into market, what is more important? Is it an innovative product or the timing of the product?
Thank you very much, topic master. Good morning. Good day to everyone. Oh, sorry, I've just been load shedded. Are you able to see my video clearly?
No, we're not able to see. We are able to hear you. Yeah, you can proceed.
Yes, no problem.
Right. Thank you very much. What's a great topic for an entrepreneur to enter the market? Do they need a product, if I heard you correctly, topic master, or do they need timing? Well, fellow Toastmasters, an entrepreneur, I call them a crazy person. Why? Because entrepreneurship is a lonely journey. Entrepreneurs don't sleep. They think all day, they think all night. Why? I'll give you an example. When I started a car wash business and a barber shop a couple of years ago, I didn't have time to think about the product that I could offer to the customers. In short, what I'm saying, I never navigated the market that I was about to enter. In the end, I ended up having no customers because of lack of timing. There was no preparation involved. There was no timing involved at all. It was very embarrassing. In the end, I just had to shut down the business. Now, fellow Toastmasters, back to the topic of the day. It is very important for an entrepreneur to time the market before they innovate the product. Because if you don't time the market, you may end up launching a product which can never be desired or liked by the customers. More importantly, as you time the market, it will give you an overview of which sectors are doing well. It will also give you a geographical location where to locate these customers. Time the market, you must have a mindset of an investor, a mindset of wait and see attitude. Instead of just rushing to innovate a product which may not be a solution to the customers. Thank you very much, topic masters. Thank you very much, fellow Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Jones. Yeah, timing is the key. We have seen multiple startups coming in, and though they are ahead of their in their journey, in their thought process, but the audience, or we say the customers, are not ready due to the bad timing, because their future vision, they are lost the market. And there are multiple examples of this. And some people, they entered late into the market and they lost it. The classic example is Kodak. Kodak has the digital camera expertise, but it entered very late into the market. Now we know, we don't even see Kodak and cameras. So timing is very important. That's my take anyway. So thank you, Guest Jones. And I would call upon one last, if I have two more topics. So how many can I take, Toastmasters of the day?
We have Abdul Rahman who has raised his hand. Manoj, you can take that one topic and conclude.
Okay. So Abdul Rahman. Okay, just a second. So I know you are an entrepreneur. So as an entrepreneur, what would you prefer? Would you prefer outsourcing your team or building an entire in-house team?
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Thank you very much, Table Topic Master Manoj, for that very important and critical topic. Would you build your own team or outsource? That's a $1 million question which every entrepreneur has to go through once the business has scaled up and once it has reached a certain level. To start with, as an entrepreneur, definitely you need to have your own team. As you grow, that question arises whether you're going to have your own team or you're going to outsource some part of your business. To start with, yes, as an entrepreneur, as a startup venture, yes, you have to build the right team with the right people handling the relevant positions. A person with a financial background, yes, has to manage the finances in most situations. A technical guy, a techie, would handle the technical part. So, to start with, yes, the startup business has to have its own team. As we grow, then there is a possibility, yes, we can outsource the business, particularly in the logistics area. Let the expert handle this area who are already into this business. And what I have noticed is there is a cutthroat competition in some functions, as you know, the supply chain. Yes, somebody, if you want to have a warehousing requirement, yes, there is it's a good option to outsource that area. If you want to deliver some products, somebody was talking about biotechnology, one of the speakers, yes, if he has some biotech products, it is good to hand it over to some expert to handle at a very economical price. I would say, in summary, that to start with, you have to have your own team, and as you grow the business, there are certain areas which can be outsourced. Thank you, and over to you, Table Topic Master.
Thank you very much, Abdul Rahman. So we got the understanding that as we scale up, it should be a combination or conglomerate of between the in-house and the outsourcing part. So the entrepreneur or the boss needs to take the call, what part needs to be outsourced and what part needs to be in-house. That's understood, and thank you very much. And with this, I conclude the table topic session of the day. And thank you very much, Toastmaster Colonel, for this opportunity. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Manoj, for some interesting, inquisitive, penetrative topics that helped us navigate our mind to the challenges that the startup ecosystem forces us and probably makes us dwell a little more on how to be successful. Some of the questions were so interesting that one was dangling between the devil and the deep blue sea, which way to go. And like Jones brought out a totally different aspect, that it need not be an innovative, but probably the timing is more important. And that reminded me about a couple of years back when Maruti Suzuki was one of the major players in the Indian automobile market. The tall boy version, Santro, was launched. Maruti already had WagonR in its stable. Unfortunately, they were not willing to launch it, probably waiting for that perfect opportune time, whatever was there on the cards. Santro was launched, and as they say, that rest is history. Santro happens to be till as late as third quarter 22, to be one of the leading or the #2 car manufacturers in India, the South Korean company. It was taken over by Tata Motors because of the electric vehicle Nexon. So the point is very important. We must understand that at times somebody, that's why we talk about something called as the early start advantage. Why we should have that and how it is going to help us gain more footholds before your competitors. Because any one of us thinking that we are going to have a monopoly in this market, we are very wrong. Some or the other people are going to come and force us to change the way business is being done. They will keep on iterating with new technologies, new innovative methods, and probably better what you are doing. Now I'm going to have another interesting speaker today who is going to talk to us about an interesting startup. Apurva is here with us, Apurva Patil, and he's going to talk to us about his startup, the Sales Sunday. What this Sales Sunday is all about, how they're going to bring about a change in people's behavior, and most importantly, what is their understanding of pulse of the market. Because a startup brings about behavioral changes in the minds of people. And that is why me and you go out and start getting hooked onto that particular journey. Something interesting that Apurva is doing, and he has the wherewithal. He's going to present his elevator pitch to us.
Sorry to interrupt, Toastmaster. Apu, do you need access to share your screen? Do you have a PowerPoint to share?
Yeah. I'll share my screen.
I'm going to make a co-host. You should be able to share. Thank you. Oh, Toastmaster, the stage is yours.
So Apurva, you are the co-host now, and the floor is yours.
All right. Thank you so much. I am Apurva Patil. I'm the founder of Sales Sunday. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to present my pitch deck. So our startup's name is Sales Sunday, and we are solving a boring but the most important problem, and that is sales. What is a business? A business, according to Wikipedia, is a practice of making money by producing or by buying and selling of products. So can I say this thing? If you're not making money, you don't have a business. And what brings money to your business is sales. And that is exactly what we're trying to solve. In India, 95% of people who choose sales because they have no other option. And when we see this game-changing companies in the market who have founders who have a tech background, they don't know how to sell. And when you don't know how to sell, even if you're raising money, you don't know how to manage your sales team because you don't know the fundamentals. You don't know how to sell. I've been a serial entrepreneur. This is my third company. And while running my second company, I found a very problem and decided to build an internal tool for that startup. And then I realized the problem is way more bigger. And I had an investor who was ready to invest for me to solve this problem. So I started solving this problem. I made a team of passionate people, and that's how I started. So what Sales Sunday does is Sales Sunday turns sales into a game. It makes sales interesting for all your representatives, as well as we help you build your SOPs, systematic operating procedures, as well as standardize all your calls and standardize all your sales processes. At the same time, what we guarantee you is 2x more revenue. So let me start with my pitch deck. So the problem that we are solving is, number one, because I think I have very limited time, I would go with the topic name, with the title and with a small description. Converting leads into sales. I think this needs no introduction. This needs no description. I would say that converting leads into sale is one of the toughest job that is into sales, and that is exactly what sales is. Second, sales is boring. In the world of social media, where people spend their time on short form video content like TikTok, like Reels, like Short, they have less focus time. And that is why they find sales so boring. If you see, the depression rate has gone high, and Gen Zs who are getting into the market, who are probably 20, 21, who face problem into sales, are using some boring CRM or using some boring software. That needs to be changed, because we have been changing the office spaces. Like, we are making interesting co-working spaces. Why not software? Delivery of right information and question handling is inefficient. According to Forbes, 70% of people are not able to deliver the right information, right answer to the questions, as well as if they are delivering right answer to the questions, they are taking a lot of time. Number 4, sales people and knowledge retention. If you visit a bank, you visit a bank after 4 months, you'll find new sales people there. The retention rate is higher in sales than any other place. If you see, 80% of people leave their company in 2 years. Sales training is costly and time consuming. You can't put your sales employee in front of your consumer, because your sales employee is your representative. It's the face of your company. They can risk your company's reputation. So that is why sales training is so costly and time consuming. In fact, you see, 3 months of sales training could lead to some sort of progress, but at the end they find that they are not able to hit their targets, and at the end leave the company. So that is a very big problem. So what is utopia for this problem is delivery of tried and tested pitch of top performers. So we use machine learning, data science, and we help you build your professional scripts so that you can deliver the tried and tested pitch of the top performers. I can, with the Sales Sunday, I can replicate the top salesperson even with my interns. He can perform 60% like the top salesperson. Second, script vote and tracking. We help you vote your scripts and track and improve that on a daily basis to an extent where it works 70 times out of 100. Number 3, AI-based training and performance. So we have AI which can give you a sense of customer and can help you train and perform better in real life scenarios, in real time scenarios. And we have a data farm where you can also get interesting customers, leads. You can find potential customers, clients, and turn sales into a game. If sales could be addictive like social media, that would be a game changer. This is performance of customers. You can see the monthly total is 153 and 614. So that is 3x of the returns. The average call time is 5 minutes when you do Sales Sunday, and it was 10 back then. And that improves your productivity to an extent where you can start.
Just give me a second. Why it's the right time for Sales Sunday? Because of startup boom. Second is remote jobs. Third is high attrition rate, and fourth is decrease in attention span. Our target market is around 10 lakh companies. They fall under our target market, and we can reach to a TAM of 50,000 CR, and at a total spend of 1 lakh per firm. These are some of our direct and indirect competitors. And competitive advantage, we give real-time objection handling. For example, if someone says that this is not the right time for him to buy, I'll call you later, etc. You know how to handle those objections. And second is script optimization. Third is improving sales team performance. Fourth is managing sales attrition. And fifth is CRM, workflow, and customer discovery. This is our go-to-market strategy. And this is our team. I have 3 years of startup experience in the field of B2B marketplace, fintech, and edtech. And I have my co-founder, who is a YC startup graduate, patent holder in ML, and 3 years of experience in data science, MS in computer science. And we have an angel investor. He is a citizen of US, and he has invested in our company in a very early stage. Yeah, I think my time is over. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Apurv, for a wonderful insight into your sales Sunday. I would not be shying away from saying that you made our Sunday interesting. This was something which I believe is the need of the hour, integrating with artificial intelligence and offering certain things on the go, where most of the salespeople, they get stuck or they don't know how to navigate themselves out of those difficult situations, is the right kind of intervention that was required. It was also interesting to know that there were already early starters in this space who happens to have this competitive edge. And in spite of having known names, you have entered into this market and are trying to build a different product which offers something which they are not offering. That is what innovation in startup business is all about. Wonderful to have this exciting conversation and something so interesting. Just a word about it. What are your revenues or the kind of things that you're doing, and how long have you been in existence?
Actually, we are in market since last 2 months, and we are working with around 10 organizations right now. Out of them, 2 are paying, and 8 will be paying next month, because we have this 2 months of time period where we improve your business first and then you start paying. So that is our strategy. We might close a deal with one of the biggest clients in stock broking industry in India. So very excited for that as well. So that will improve our revenues to an extent. But right now we are improvising the product. So we are trying to understand the need of our customers, and on that basis we are solving some of their problems. For example, we have solved a very big problem in the DSA market of loan industry. So there is no transparency there. So we have solved a problem for them. We are solving a problem for HR companies, because HR companies don't have this innovations in place, and we are solving problems for stock market and the full service broker industry. So we're working with clients like Kotak Security, Andromeda, etc.
Okay, thank you, Apurv. Thank you so much, and rest of the things we'll be sharing with you when all the seasoned evaluators come and give you their pearls of wisdom on that. Now is the time for us to get back to our evaluation session. Evaluation is very important for any speaker. What have you spoken? How have you spoken? Did it resonate with the audience? And most importantly, were you able to make an impact, inspire, influence? And that is what speaking is all about. So, fellow Toastmasters, now I'm asking the first evaluator to come and give the evaluation for Sipomania. Evaluator 1.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day. When it's festival going on everywhere around the globe, let it be a New Year event or Christmas, or speech was a wonderful event to start with. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, and my special greetings to the target speaker, Toastmaster Gopal. What a wonderful speech and content you had. Definitely, you have influenced me to start my SIP Utsav today. To put your content, I would like to talk about what went well in your meeting speech. The first thing I have observed that you have been connected well with your audience. You have asked few of the questions and that were very interesting, which is we make earnings or savings, how you wanted to integrate. So definitely you have done a well job in holding the hook of audience. You have also got a lot of information in your speech about what kind of investments you have to do and how early we have to start and how we have to build it. It was wonderful for me to know, especially for people who are not relevant to finance institution. Now let's see what can be improved in your speech. I felt that if I would have been the speaker today, I would have cut short my questions that I have asked for audience. I would also try to connect and quickly get to the content, because my purpose of the project was to share a plan, how I have implemented my plan. And also the plan can be brought in early in the speech. I also felt that the speech rate of delivery was very high after seeing the green card. You can organize your speech in such a way that your plan comes early in the first half of the speech, and then it will be going on because you had a very good plan and implementation. I also felt that you can avoid the people and their name just by saying that what important roles you would have mentioned, and you would have got more time to talk about what were the challenges you have faced while you were implementing the plan and how you have overcome all the activities. And also the member details can be bettered. To overall summarize, an interesting topic that can be structured considering the time and conveyed the message. And personally, I got connected when you have the information about the systematic investment plan. I wish you all your upcoming speech. Go to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kalpana, for a very concise and to the point feedback. I'm pretty sure Toastmaster Gopal would have taken a lot of leaf out of the pearls of wisdom that was shared with Toastmaster Kalpana. Our next evaluator is Toastmaster Saishri. So Toastmaster Saishri, I invite you to give your feedback on the topic on which Toastmaster Amit spoke about.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator. And very good morning to
Saishri.
Could you be please a bit louder?
Okay. I'm audible now. Okay, thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. Special good morning to Toastmaster Amit for your very beautiful, very well drafted speech on public relations strategies. Both a wonderful topic. HBAIC, very unique name. Your very unique title. Coming to your part, when you are speaking, you are very calm, very composed, and you have organized your speech very well. Kudos to you. As Bill Gates said very long ago, when he is done with $1, he is going to spend that $1 in a public strategy, public relations and all. Why so? From your speech, I was able to connect that. As per your project, you have shared your public relations strategies, like what were the planning, what and all you have done. First, you have targeted about the myth about the diabetes. The busting of the myth is very essential part when you are in any market which is related to your disease or the healthcare services. Very good take. After that, you have spoke about during your public speaking strategies that organizing free talk. That is also very important. We have to make aware about what we are selling, why we are selling. Everything was crystal clear in your speech. When we are working on any project, right, or any speech, we want some excitement, right? That excitement, it was there. When I have asked the question, how many of you feel that diabetes is non-curable disease? You have put a very good background. But humor was missing. Your voice modulation was missing. Where I was looking for some more aspect. When you have advertised, when you have posted in many Facebook photos and the social portal, what was there? What kind of post you have posted so that the people are attracted towards your product? That part was missing. I'm talking about the visual aid that was actually lacking in your speech. You can show one or two during your speech. It could be much better. You have shown one video, but that video was incomplete. One person was flushing all the medicines. It is very common. I can do that. But to give very authentication that your own customer, those who are there in a retreating habitat, they are sending you, it should be there. Challenge yourself on your voice modulation. Effective use of visual art, visual ads will take your speech to the higher level. That is my conclusion on your speech. Over to you, General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmasters Aisha, for this wonderful evaluation. And I think, Amit, I would say that in spite of the fact that you are having such a serious topic about a life-threatening disease, which impacts a larger portion of humanity, humor, to whatever extent, a sprinkling of humor would have helped us navigate through these difficult times much better. So that was one beautiful uptake I could take from this particular thing. Now I would request DTM Raghu to put all the evaluators for the evaluator pitch on one screen so that they can come on along with Apurva Patil. So the first evaluator is DTM Padma Kumar, and as usual, you're ready to go. DTM Padma Kumar.
So just a quick clarification, is it 1 to 2 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes?
It is generally 1 to 2 minutes.
1 to 2 minutes.
Okay, fine. So let me know when the time starts.
Your time starts now.
Good to start.
Apurv, for me, the acid test of a good elevator pitch is my desire to listen further to what you have presented. And on that front, it was a brilliant pitch. The idea was indeed Apurv, extraordinary. You could potentially have explained to us why you called it Sales Sunday. I see that as a missed opportunity.
Oh,
there were
right.
several mentions. Was there an interruption there?
Yeah, actually, I think I have some internet problem. I have some internet issue.
Okay. Okay. Can I proceed?
Please
Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard you mention the word boring a couple of times on boring sales, boring CRM, boring software. I would say it's avoidable. And as far as the concept itself is concerned, it could have been explained very beautifully as gamifying sales scripts that permit even freshers to make pitches like top performers. So a compressed kind of an explanation of what exactly is the value that you are delivering would have been extremely interesting. And you could potentially have given an anecdotal example of how a sales pitch can be storyized, made interesting using your offering. You had that beautiful thing about I don't forget the name, Ravi and Super Ravi or whatever, those comparison characters, but those were more in terms of the results that they achieve rather than how exactly they make their pitch interesting. You could have given a flavor of that as well. One more aspect is the real estate usage of your screen. There is scope for improvement, particularly on the problem statement slide. You notice that the font sizes were very small and you had a lot of unutilized space in this slide. You can take a look at that as well. So in summary, I would say Apurv, business idea, it brings extraordinary business idea. You could have used an anecdotal example to show how the concept is so powerful, and a little bit of decongesting will help you to manage time. But brilliant. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, DTM Padma Kumar. Your inputs are always steel sure. So what beautiful insight, Apoorv, you have got. I'm pretty sure this kind of feedback, candid feedback, you will not get even if you go through a rigorous angel or a VC round. Our next evaluator is Toastmaster Nisarg. Over to you, Toastmaster Nisarg.
Thank you, Colonel. Apoorv, I'm glad that you are navigating a very challenging topic for almost all entrepreneurs, almost all. As you rightly said, you put the problem statement in a very right way, as in you might have the brightest idea, but if you don't do sales, you don't have a business. So I think that context was very well put. What I liked about your structure, the way you structured your pitch was you have talked about the context, you put in the problems, as in what are the problems that are faced by any business on the sales front. You also had a good presentation. What I liked about the presentation was it had bold colors to attract the person to look at the presentation, and you had a good comparison. Padma Kumarji did mention about the direct of how your customer gets the result. I think that was a good thing, because that gives a perspective to what the salesperson was doing earlier and how effective is your solution and how is the changed effect of it. Okay, that was good. What you could have improved on was, one is rather than starting off the presentation directly, you could have built the story first, talked about some context. You could have asked the audience some questions so that they can relate better to what their problem is. That is second. And third is the presentation pitch that you presented. The colors, I mean, since I run a design company, I would add that as a value, is where you could have use the colors till the end, so the interest level remains. And as Padma Kumarji said, the content could have been reduced. Bolder fonts, speak more and show less. I think that would have added value. All the best to you, Apoorv. And as Colonel said, you have 3 evaluators, so you get a lot of inputs from the 3 evaluators. All the best to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nisarg. Coming dot to the point, being the 3rd evaluator, when you're the 3rd one, most of your points are taken off. But notwithstanding that, I would like to come right to where you could improve. Apoorv, I feel that there was a lot of scope for you to keep our inquisitiveness alive by sharing certain things. That is it a version of ChatGTP that we're talking about? Is it something which is happening when you said that it was happening in the real time? So if there was a conversation which came, and along with that conversation, the artificial intelligence enabled solution which was emerging for the salesperson would have done wonders. I'm pretty sure if you will show this kind of a dashboard to anybody, they will latch on to it. Mark my words for that. The point is that the proof of the pudding is in eating. And most of the companies that have a huge sales force, they don't have people to train them. Everybody's going out in the market and learning. This is where Sales Sunday comes in and bridges the gap, right? How do you sell it to the potential clients? You sell it by your opening statement. You sell it by keeping all of us glued to that solution that you're solving. And that is where I felt that in spite of the fact that you could navigate us back into the mainstream, you were not there initially because you asked certain things. which I was wondering that, is it going to be a retail kind of a thing or is it going to be something else? So if you have 60 seconds, how you're going to close the deal, you better work on that. Don't take it 5 to 6 minutes. Take it 60 seconds, probably in an elevator. Can you close a deal? If you can do that, your solution can also do it. All the best. It's a wonderful solution, as we have all understood. So, fellow Toastmasters, it was a very fun-filled Sunday where we had some interesting conversations. We talked and broke certain myths about startups and the startup ecosystem. And at the same time, we gained a lot of insight into how diabetes is causing problems to us. And there is a solution that Amit offered us. Similarly, we came to know about the difference between a saver and an investor. The Sipomania, mutual fund sahi hai. If I could use that or steal that word, that was the essence of Toastmaster Gopal's conversation. Now we have a lot of guests out here, and I would request guests to give out their views as to how did they feel being part of this community and what are the good takeaways that we could benefit from. Please raise your hands so that we know that you are in the right position to speak. If anybody is there willing to share his views. Yeah, DTM Padmakumar.
Yeah, I just want to give a recommendation for Raghu to consider. So when the pitch is made, it can be 2 to 3 minutes. But the reward for making a good pitch should be a speak slot in the next meeting, where over 5 to 6 minutes, those that qualify will be allowed to make a longer presentation about their entire startup offering. There will be continuity. There will be a sense in terms of what should be contained in this 2-minute pitch and what can be contained in a 7-minute pitch. And it will help the entrepreneur also to take the idea further. So it's just a suggestion that I want to leave behind. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. It was a wonderful idea.
I think this is something which is really interesting. And
Yeah, we can reserve one slot for them. I'm just stopping the recording.